Today, Mr. Tony Cash should come up to introduce Ms. Lisa Laufenberg-Soward. Let's give a hand, please.
Well, one thing I know, I'm not going to be as long as Coach. I'd like to congratulate the persons who came up with the idea of developing a Hall of Fame. I'm from outside of Highland. I'm not born and raised where our kids are, and I've learned a lot over the years. And Highland has a super unique culture in sports. It goes back to Pittsburgh Junction. For those of you who don't know who Pittsburgh Junction is, perhaps me, Mr. Jim or John. Coach Myers. Jim Myers. It goes all the way back. And you can go through all the decades. And there's very unique, outstanding, fantastic people. When our teams went to state, we saw 4,000-5,000 tickets. Where else in the state of Wisconsin do they do that? I want to thank the committee for coming up with the Hall of Fame. I want to congratulate all the inductees tonight on the inaugural Hall of Fame. Couldn't pick more well-deserving people. And of course, I'm here to, Gabe and I are here for Lisa Laufenberg. As a coach, this is one of the greatest honors that can be bestowed on us, to have one of your players, one of your 80 Cardinals, ask you to introduce him for the Hall of Fame. It's the greatest feeling there is. I want to thank her very, very much. A few things about Lisa. Lisa's athletic prowess began a long time before she got into high school. Well, you got to know, she had a lot of brothers. People want to know how she was so fast and so quick. If you had the brothers she had, you had to be fast and quick. But they were told all the time. And when she was in elementary, Bob Nautical, the late Bob Nautical used to come up and tell us all the way till she gets up to high school. She's going to be outstanding. She was playing ball with boys, beating them. Then when the wrestling season came around, she beat them too. In junior high, she was a standout. She was the junior upper. And that's not a bad term. If you're a coach, you want kids who are rugrats, that the janitors have to get out of the gym at 10 o'clock at night. And she was one of those kids. She loved what she was playing, but it was horrible. And she gave it all to her at that time. When she was in high school, her varsity sports, she was a varsity sports standout. All the way through. It's kind of neat sometimes when, I get home from practice and I ask Coach got the same thing. People would call us up from other towns and say, hey, where are you playing tonight? Now, I was fortunate enough, I had volleyball and had softball with her. And she was just, people would call me up and say, hey, where are you playing? We want to come watch her. And all the way through. And when we started going, it was kind of a running joke when basketball came around, because Ruthie would always come up to wrestling at the beginning of the season and said, Lisa's going out for wrestling. And I swear to God, there was nights Dave thought it was going to happen, and he had some sleepless nights. We got to use to look forward toward big play. Everybody came in, and we started filling the gym. There was people that filled the gym, and they wanted to come see what she was going to do. Everybody counted on her. Her teammates did, her coaches did, the spectators did. They knew at some point in the game or match, she would do something that would change the momentum. That would change the momentum. Most of the time it was good, but I got to tell you one story about volleyball. Rotated out, strong side hitter. Now Lisa has a tendency once in a while to get a little excited. And her setter a perfect ball. She was so excited. Now, taking into consideration volleyball court, 60 feet long, half of it on one side of it, half on the other side of that, and her whole thing down here. Okay? She won a ball. Gosh, was it a perfect. She made the approach and everything like that, came right in, and walked up and hit it, kept sailing and sailing, and bounced off the outside doors down here at the stage end of the, just echoed to everybody. Our team, the team we were playing, just stopped. The ceiling was going to fall in. But that was one of the few times. 99% of the time. Steal, the stolen base, the hit, other things that you were catcher? You were catcher? In softball practice, it'll jump. You know, we had practice when we send those two out into the hallway. In between the old edition and the new edition and the old edition. And I could count the number of times we said hit the outside door. You know, she'd wind up. The janitor, they didn't say too much. And she could also, one of the things about her, she was a coach's dilemma. And the reason she was a coach's dilemma, she could play every position. And she made the team better with each position that she played. When she was a freshman, she taught for us. Okay? Sophomore, junior, senior year, she pitched. She was okay. You know? In her career, sophomore, junior, senior year, 10 no hitters. Her senior year, she had 5 no hitters in a row. And she was progressing toward the 6th one. We were down Bloomington. We were way ahead. We were way ahead in the ball game. And I'm not one of these guys, if we got the game in hand, to run it up. But I'm not going to take a kid out when they got no hitter ball. Okay, so we were like 10, 12, 15 points around ahead. And I don't know if Lisa felt sorry for him, but she moved one. And this kid just, I don't know if she ever knew what she did, but she just stuck that out. And it went over her second baseman for the run, or for the hit. She took a look at me and we walked down and she said, you know, we were far enough ahead. That's what Brenda did. Not Brenda did. That athlete she was. Some of her awards in volleyball, junior year muscle award, Black Hawk All. By the way, and it is Black Hawk Conference. Oh, I'm sorry. Say her people, but at that time time to talk about still the best little conference is and your senior year, also done to all areas. Your softball 3-year, all conference, 4-year level one, and in my program it's pretty hard to be a 4-year level one. Juniors and senior year, most valuable batting average, career batting average, 477. Not too shabby. For senior year, as I mentioned, she had 176 strikeouts, 10 numbers, and like I said, a streak of 5 in a row. One of the other things about Lisa, her determination and example helped her team and her teammates become better. And I think that's what we're here for tonight. The people that are here being inducted, some of you have no idea who some of these people are. Obviously, some of you won't. But one of the things each and every one of them did is make people they play with better. Okay.
The first thing I'd like to do is, I think the same thing that Tony said and Coach Atkin is, this community is a fantastic community. I was not here very long, but I have good friends, I have clients, and I have such fond memories of Highland. I grew up, I heard a couple names tonight, DeSoto, Seneca. I was from Seneca. Before I came here, we had Bryce Bird, who was a Seneca graduate that coached and taught here for a little while, and then we had Kim Green Redmond. So we had a connection from Seneca to Highland. I sometimes, I think about, how my life has been blessed by the opportunity that I got when Lieutenant Faber hired me like 3 days before school started. Okay, Kim had a job in Seneca, and I had coached and taught in Oberlin, Ohio for 1 year, and came back, and the opportunity happened, and I took the job, and I never regret it from the first day to today. I'm not a very emotional person. I try to hide, well, I shouldn't say I'm not emotional. I think all the girls that play basketball, the 3 years that we're here, I get excited, but I'm not an emotional person as far as letting my feelings come out. But the thing that I can remember the most about when I came here is the first day when we were going to have her getting ready for having practice, and at that time the school district was a lot bigger than it is today. I think we have about 80 kids here. When I say 80 kids, or I think of Highland as my home. I think of my Seneca, my hometown. When I say to my wife or Penny that I'm going to go back home, she thinks our home is where my family is, and where we've been raising for our kids the last 18 years. But I would say home is where I grew up, and I think that's what Highland has here. Did you guys have a special? Coach Castor said about it. Did you guys have a very special bond? Little communities, like 5,000 people going to a game. That is unbelievable. They lock up the doors and they all go to the state tournament. So I was very blessed. And one of the other things, the reason I think that I also have such great memories here is a year later, Lieutenant Faber hired Penny Axelson, who is now my wife. And without her and my 2 children, I don't know where I would be today. So I'm very thankful for the school board and for them allowing me to be here. I wish sometimes I never would have left. But things change in your life. So this is all about Lisa, John, the other inductees, but I wanted to share how much hiring really means to me. And I hope that all the girls, I see Jane and Tammy and Jenny and try to see who else is here. But I remember that first day that we were going to start to organize for practice, they thought we were only going to have one team. They thought, well, we don't have enough girls for one team. And I don't know if they remember that, and they just wanted to have a varsity team. And I said, no, we're going to have two teams, and not allowed them to ask kids to play, and then Wolf and all the other girls that played. And I really thank all the girls that really worked hard and tried to get better. I think that I wish that I could have been a better coach. We all think we're good coaches, but trying just to learn in the beginning. But there's a time, I think, when there's just certain athletes, John is one of them, Lisa is one of them. I was here at the time when those young students at that time were going to school. It's not that often that you find exceptionally talented, athletic people that are just naturally talented. Those were just two people that were really super good, and they were good leaders. It's not always was Lisa the hardest working sometimes. I think she's trying to, I was really pleased that she asked me. I think it's a huge honor, as Coach Astor said, to have one of your players think enough of you, at least to invite you or ask you to come and try to introduce them to what really was them and their teammates that made her honors and her career what it was. There was, when Lisa asked me, she said, well, it's 30 years ago. I can hardly remember what I did yesterday. I don't know if I'm coming or going, but I do remember a couple things, and Lisa and I can either one, and maybe somebody else can help us, is I had to run all day in one practice, and we're trying to figure out why. I thought she never ever worked hard, never tried hard. She just had so much athletic ability, and I was trying to push her to be better. Sometimes she, I think Coach said that she was, didn't you say about playing every position? I thought he meant that sometimes she was hard to get along with. Maybe she never questioned you, Tony, or Coach Castor, but she questioned me a lot, it seemed like. I in girls basketball that first year, I think we won 5 games. I think the year before that, she won 3. And then the next year, we won 8. And the next year, we won 13. And we were really getting better, and everybody was trying and doing. And then, something came up in my life and I moved, but I wish I would have still coached here because the program was great, the community was great. Lisa, I know that, trying to think of, you scored over 1,000 points, 100 points. She asked me if I wrote anything, and I started writing many times, so I have a whole book full of things. But I'm going to try to keep it a little shorter than I thought. And I think Lisa will be the first to admit that if she didn't have her teammates and her parents and her support that she had, she would not be the player and the athlete that she was. These are just some of the basketball awards. She was MVP, 85-86 season, 86-87 season, 87-88 season. She scored 1,114 points. I mean, this one, if I think she was foxy and deceivingly fast, but she made me so mad on defense half the time. I think Lisa, I don't know how many times we talked about it, but how do you get 407 steals in 4 years? There's not a shot that I think that she didn't like. Her assist, with all assists, she had 257 assists to 407 steals. Rebounds 274. She was 1987 Diver Prime Co-Player of the Year, 86-87 All-Conference Black Hawk, 87-88 All-Conference Black Hawk, 88-89 All-Conference Black Hawk, 1988 All-Star South WPCA Class C All-Star, outstanding senior athlete in 87-88, 1987 Blackhawk Conference top scorer, averaged 21 points per game. She had one game where she scored 39 points, the highest point in her career. College Chronicle All-Area Team, 1985-86 first team, 258 points, 86-87 first team, 291 points. And I'm not sure, Lisa, but maybe you can tell me, I don't know that you thought that you were going to go to college basketball. Did you ever? Or not? You did? Okay, because I can remember Penny and I taking her to Upper Iowa University over to Whitewater. I think you wanted to play. I think we got to Whitewater, right? I think you had some issues and you were worried about, if you were going to get to play, just like I think Coach or like John had talked about, whether you're going to fit in. But you know what? She went over there. She's a big fish in a little pond. She went over to Whitewater, and she has a bunch of career. She's in the top 10 of all the stats over there. She didn't score a lot, but she was learned to dish the ball. 1989 to 90 highest assist ratio, 4.4 assists a game. 1989 Most Improved Player, 1991-92 Special Coaches Award. I don't know what that one means, Special Coach. 1992 Martin Steele Sportswoman of the Year Award. She still ranks in the top. She's number 2 in individual game, high assists, 14 in one game. That means you gave the ball up, somebody scored 28 or more points, right? Because the three-pointer was involved there. Individual high steals, 8, so she continued to play some kind of defense, I guess, 8 steals in the game. Individual assist, number 12 on the all-time record, 192. Individual high, season high steals, 78. Individual season high 3.39 steal average, still ranked number 5. Number 3 career record, 3.8 assists for her career at Whitewater. And Whitewater had some pretty awesome women basketball teams back then, and they continue to do. You hear about their football all the time and their baseball, their women's volleyball, basketball, all of them are really, really good. And I think you had an important role in all of that here and at Whitewater to make people. And it all comes for all the young, coaches can say it, players do it. Okay, coaches say it, players do it. It's all about how much work and effort you want to put into something and how well you want to be. I have one quote, and I'm sure some of you probably have heard it. And this is not only, I think it's more for the younger people that are here. I think some people may know who it is. I feel over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept it. Does anybody know whose quote that is? It's all about basketball. Michael Jordan. Somebody said that? Okay, Michael Jordan. So that's what I think. This is an honor for these people, but if it wasn't for the family, the friends, the coaches, the support staff at the school, this community, these people wouldn't be who they are. And I think that everyone, I was just blessed to be here for 3 years. And I'm just thankful that Lisa allowed me. I want to thank that Athletic Hall of Fame committee. I think that you've chosen some very good people, more deserving. I don't know all the things in the past, but I think these 2 people, I know them. They're good people, and I think you did a great job. Lisa?
Coach David Messing and Coach Tony Castro for presenting me. That was amazing and humble introduction. Thanks for being there for me in high school and now 28 years later. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. These two men have showed great leadership and patience over the years. This is a reminder to us all why teachers and coaches are great motivators and mentors. I can't thank them enough for constantly pushing me through good times and bad. I know I wasn't always the easiest kid coach, as David has mentioned. So hats off to these two. Great job over the years. Let's give Coach Castro. It is an honor to stand here beside my fellow inductees. It means so much to me to be entering Miami's first of many holidays to come. It is surreal to be inducted with 3 people on my dad's playing career here at Miami High School. Coach Rich McEwen, Coach Josh Shields, and former player Jim Myers. I didn't have the opportunity to know these men. However, I have heard great things about them. Congratulations to them. Lastly, John Hefkin. I was a senior when John was a freshman. I remember that he was going to be great. He was going to do great things. He was impressive as a freshman, and I knew John. You know, so let's give all of them a big hand for all their accomplishments, not only as a sports group, but also in their life. I would also like to thank all my teammates throughout my high school career. Without them, none of this would have been possible. Please stand if you were a teammate of mine in high school. And I know there's not very many here, but Daniel Laufenberg and Tammy Van-Schwab, JJ Rickles, and Chad. Let's give them again. Thanks for all. I want to thank all the coaches that went the extra mile to help build and mold me into the athlete I eventually became. David had mentioned Coach Kim Redmond was my freshman year basketball coach. Coach Russell was my sophomore, junior, and senior year coach. Coach Jack McCarthy, who I was hoping would be here. Jack McCarthy was always willing to stay extra long and help me shoot extra baskets. He taught for me, and he did so many extra things that I can't thank you enough. He was a great asset to my achievements. So if you guys have a chance to see him, let him know I was thanking him. And then Bruce Hutton, who was up here earlier, he molded me into a lot of pitch machine that I ended up being. Bruce helped a lot with golf players. I can't remember exactly how many years I thought it was, but I do appreciate you helping me learn how to pitch. So thank you. And then Coach Tony Castro, he was my coach for all 4 years of volleyball and softball. And if I had a few words to be able to ask, it would be Mr. Consistent and Mr. Reliable, and he was a great motivator. So, thank you, Tony. Thank you to all the coaches who saw my potential and pushed me to be better every day. I can't say enough how underappreciated the coaching profession can be at times. I want you all to know I respect and admire all of your efforts throughout the years. Thank you, coaches. You know who else can be a little underappreciated? It's the fans. I hear this from professionals all the time. We love the fans, like the fans, all that stuff. But I do really appreciate the fans. I'd like to point out 2 super fans that were always at the games, and if anyone can guess, got a guess? How would you over them? Anybody else? Jody Sharp. So I always enjoy seeing them at practically every game over there. So, get a chance to see them, also thank them. Can we have a round of applause for fans? Now I would like to thank our family and friends. As you all know, I grew up with 5 brothers: Kevin, Alan, Steve, Mark, and Scott. I would like to thank them for roughing me up and making me soft. I have taken a lot of shots physically, and the wear and tear I went through on my body has never missed through the years. So the fact that I never had any major injuries, I give them the credit for that. So thanks to all the brothers on you guys. When my brothers weren't around to play catch with me or shoot baskets, I had to be creative. Growing up on the farm, we made the best of what we had. So I wanted to practice basketball, I had to dribble on the gravel, or and shoot baskets on the front of the barn, or in the back of the barn in the student bin. It was cool. So both of us were very limited in space. So to this day, those spots I could actually get practice shots from is where I had my highest percentage of shots in high school and in college. So that just goes to prove that, you know, if you practice with those sort of spots, you're actually going to be pretty good at the spots. So I think my dad for having put the basketball up, so if I wanted to practice pitching, my dad took an aerosol spray can and put a square strike zone on the garage. So I was throwing the ball up against a block wall. And this was perfect, except for the fact my pitching mound was on the downhill slope of our yard. So, so I think that's why I could always hit the inside the strike zone and back the batter off the plate. I also had my fair share of wild throws, as Coach Gasker mentioned, and I'm sure I left a few bruises on a few batters. Those are the good moments. Now on this note, I want to thank my mom and dad, Richard and Sherry Laufenberg, for not only giving me athletic talent, but always being there for me. Thanks, Mom, for putting the amazing strategy together for me. Without it, I wouldn't have remembered and known my accomplishments 20 years ago, a long time ago. So thank you. My mom and dad are amazing people. My mom and dad made every single game throughout high school and most of all of my college career. Talk about dedication. Let's give them a hand for the never-ending support of Island Athletics, and I was getting there for the kids through thick and thin. Now, what does athletics mean to me? Sports and athletics have been my whole existence throughout my whole life. Without sports, I'm not sure where I would be today. Sports have many life lessons to learn from. Teamwork, commitment, hard work, character building, dedication, learning to deal with disappointment and losing, being respectful in victory, perseverance, never giving up no matter how hard something gets. All of these attributes relate to everyday life. Sports build character and prepare young people for life. It is a tool for working with others and developing great friendships along the way. Throughout my journey in life, I use these basic attributes every day. I went from a small community of Highlands to play college basketball and softball at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. I received multiple interest letters from Division I, II, and III colleges in junior and senior years. I would like to thank Tom Riley Strauss, he's not here, but he was my manager in high school. He took all my letters with my interest letters, and he was taking care of all my letters I received, and I appreciated his willingness to keep track of all my letters and also my decision making. just wish I had kept them for myself, because I'm happy, and if you guys, parents, if you have the opportunity, your kids get letters, keep them. Because I'm hitting myself for not keeping all the ones I had, because it was so organized so that I could and see all the schools that were interested in me. Because 20 years was a long time, I don't remember all of them. But, so definitely hold on to those, don't take for granted. I want to thank Dave and Leslie for taking the time, driving me to visit multiple schools and help with the decision-making process of going out to college. I had some major decisions to make about my future. I was 17 years old and had no idea what I should do. I didn't know I wanted to play both basketball and softball at the next level. I wanted to stay close to home. I wanted to be a big fish in a little pond. You took that one from me. Well, I thought it wasn't that small. There's 12,000 students when I was there, so my dad said it was a big time athletic school, so I'm happy that I got there. I decided big time schools and decided on the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. Guess what? My parents were at almost all my games, home and away. That meant the world to me. I went on to have a very successful college career, got a degree, and continued on to the road of life. I coached at UW Platteville right out of school, had an opportunity to move out west, landed in Butte, Montana at Montana Tech. I coached there for a couple years, and the next and final stop was Eastern University. And coached there for 3 or 4 years, and that's where I eventually became burned out on coaching. I found out that I'm way too intense and still extremely competitive. The hardest part about being a player is, and a joint coach, is you expect things that other players can't give you. So, yeah, so I got burned out, and my health was a concern to me and coaching, so I moved on, and I have a great job working for the federal government, and I have met my wonderful husband, Paul, who's here today. All of this is because of the confidence and experiences sports and athletics has granted me. I am truly honored and humbled to be inducted into the 2016 Ivy High School Hall of Fame. Lastly, I'd like to show my appreciation and thanks to Josh Carroll, the committee, and everyone who was involved in making this ceremony a success. Thank you to all the coaches, teachers, for all their hard work and dedication to make Rhode Island a great educational institution with an opportunity to excel in athletics. Thanks, everyone.